Hello, hello. All right. I think I'm recording. Um, so I think I should start. I should start this here live stream. Hello, Jeff Green here. Happy Memorial Day. It is Memorial Day here in the United States, so it's a national holiday for which most of us don't have to work, including me. So that's why I'm here today, because it's a holiday. And if you don't know what Memorial Day is, here's a little bit of education for you so that when your parents or your partner or whoever is like, why the fuck are you wasting time watching some old dork play video games when you could be doing something productive with your life? Your answer is, because I learned something today, honey. Anyway, Memorial Day goes all the way back to 1868 when it was called shit. No, it wasn't called shit. It was called Decoration Day. And it was related to, honor the dead in the American Civil War. Way back, even before I was born. That's how long ago it was. So anyway, that you know, that's your education for today. Now we can completely fuck around because you learned something, and I did too. Actually, I didn't know that before I looked it up on the internet. I did you that favor, so you're welcome. Okay. So yeah, 3-day weekend here. I spent 2 of those days not in front of my computer. So that's why it's okay to do it here today. So where we last left off, I don't even fucking remember. I just don't. I was dorking all around. I was up here in Volcano Manor a little bit. I was over, I don't think I went to Dragon Barrow. I've been dorking around the last few streams. I haven't really found my purpose. I haven't found the direction that I wish to go in. So, right before I got on stream, I was looking at the map, and I was looking all around Altus Plateau, which I know I haven't explored a whole lot of. And then I noticed that little dot right there. So that's a cave. So I thought, hey, shit, I know what I can do to start off the stream. I can go check out that cave. So I warped into here, the junction. I ran up here. I'd already passed this dude previously, and the crone. And then I discovered, much to my delight and surprise, a save point. So right before I started streaming, I came down here. I ran over to here. I did the old and here we are. And I haven't checked out where this might lead me to, because obviously that's going to go somewhere. What I was thinking I was going to do, and I think I'll do it, was I was going to try to get down to the cave, which I believe is below. So, oh shit, my window is open here, which means that everything I'm saying can be heard with relative ease by my neighbor there. So I'm gonna go close the window so that he can't hear us talking. Not that there's anything to be, secretive about, but still, he doesn't need to know. He doesn't need to know what I'm up to here. All right, hold on. Is it still quiet? I don't know why I'm having audio issues these days. Let me alt tab back to OBS. See what we can do about that. I've got the mic cranked all the way up, but let me go into my Windows settings. Oh, it's good? Oh, it's coming through loud and clear. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, neighbor's right over there. And since I know his business, I have to assume he knows my business. And what business is it that I know? he bought a Peloton. He's using a Peloton over there. So he might be over there on his Peloton thinking, that dick is streaming Elden Scrolls again. Elden Ring again. Elden Scrolls. Anyway. Also, just point of information. The missus is in the other room watching a French movie. So if you hear the sound of French voices in the background, it's a movie. All right, I would play Elden Scrolls too. That sounds pretty good. Okay, here we are. Hi, everybody. That was real close. That could have been a really fantastic way to start the stream. I could equip the greatsword, by the way. But I think I would have to change my clothes. So we could do a whole complete costume change here, because I think if I equip the grafted, I'm gonna have a heavy load now. Don't like my load to be heavy, so let's do something about that. We'll put that on. All right. Now I can still. Now I'm not fat rolling, and we can play with the greatsword for a little while. Cool. All right, let's not die. Oh, well, I would have died if that was not a jump. So I thought I was gonna die just there, and I didn't. So yay. I hope y'all have had a good weekend till now. Hopefully this won't ruin it. Now, why would I say that? Why would my live streaming, which you're watching voluntarily, ruin your weekend? Why even say that? Mine's been pretty good. Pretty lazy. Where the fuck am I going? Okay, I'm actually going the right way. What do you know? I'm trying to find the cave. There's something over there. Do they see me? He does see me. Does he? Oh no, he's going after... Oh, they're fighting each other. Nice. That's been a nice feature in games going all the way back to... I think even Doom 1, there were areas where if you just waited it out, the bad guys would fight each other and you wouldn't have to do anything. Actually pretty amazing to think about that was technology that was available and being used way back at the time of Doom 1. It's pretty cool, actually. Now that you think about it. Did I eat any good food? Yes, I did. I did eat good food. We went to our new in-laws for dinner just last night, and he prepared an incredible pork loin. So that was fantastic. We're actually friends with our daughter's new husband's parents, which is a pretty neat thing. I don't think it happens necessarily with every couple or with every parent, that you end up with the two sets of parents actually liking each other. So we consider ourselves pretty lucky that way. All right, I don't know if this is something I don't think I have seen this before. I think this is new to me. And there's bad guys in here. There's at least one bad guy, two bad guys. Do we have to kill the bad guys? We don't have to. We could leave the bad guys alone. In fact, maybe they're not even bad guys. Who am I to say? I'm the bad guy. I'm the one coming in and ruining their day. You know? In their version of their story, they're the good guy. And who's to say that they're wrong? Not me. Uh-oh, something bad's happening to me. Oh, shit. I am death blighted. That's not good. Oh, shit. I'm not death blighted. I'm dead. Have I upgraded that sword yet? Yes, sir. I have. Hey, nice. Way to go, Ruin Who Ruins. Let's respawn there. Right before we got on, I also had a nice espresso. So I'm fully caffeinated. So that's good. So we can't blame a lack of caffeine on any performance failures coming up in the next, hour or two that I'm doing this. Okay. I'm just going to get out of here because I don't want to be death blighted again. Though I do think I have something for that, now that I think about it. Let's see, am I safe? Are they still following me? Am I in combat? I'm not in combat, technically, but it looks like this guy's still following me. Alright, he gave up. Okay. Alright. Coast is clear. Now we can look. Inventory. There we go. Rejuvenating boluses. I knew I had the proper boluses. I just didn't have them equipped. So theoretically, I could stick around and try to fight these guys and use my rejuvenating boluses. But nah. Let's find that cave. I know I'm not going the right way. It's weird. It seems like it should be like right here. Below here, but that doesn't make any sense. But when I tried to, well, maybe it's up here. This could be it up here. Looking promising. Oh yeah. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. I like the positive reinforcement. Makes me feel good about myself. And that's what I come to this game here for, is the positive reinforcement. Every minute of this game is another minute of From Software saying to you, you're awesome. Altus Tunnel. Ah! All right. We're off to a good start. One thing that I wasn't entirely set up for today was audio issues. Namely, while a couple people were saying my voice was quiet, I'd been noticing until this very minute that the game audio, for me anyway, was near completely silent. I've got my COS Porta Pros on, and I just looked down. So that's why I wasn't hearing anything. Ah, that's better. Now there's game audio. All right. Nothing but professionalism here at Greenspeak Central. Okay. Let's see what we got. It's a cave. Let's see what kind of bad guys we got in here. And can my sword, my great sword, take them? I believe it is a plus 7 now. Alright. Plus 5? Oh, maybe it's plus 5. Let's see. No stream title today. I thought I titled it. Maybe there isn't one. It's hard coming up with titles. Oh, it's a plus 5. You were right. My greatsword is plus 5. Yeah, I think I just wish it was plus 7. Actually, I wish it was plus 13, like my trusty anchor. But let's see if +5 is good enough for this area. Now, those who have watched my Elden Ring streams previously know that I have an issue with randomly attacking the workers of this world. I mean this world, in the game, that world. Because isn't their life hard enough here? They're underground. It's really poorly lit, except for their super cool mining tool they've got here. They look terrible. I mean, look at this guy's skin. Do they really need a guy coming along with a big goddamn sword and killing them for no reason, on top of everything else they're already suffering through? They probably have a family at home, or a partner, or somebody who's waiting for them to come home from this grueling day here. And if I kill them, guess what? No one's coming home. So why kill them? It's a question I simply can't answer. Now these guys, fuck these guys. These guys can die all day long. Especially because they're probably the overlords making these guys do all the digging. So really, I'm freeing them from their oppressors. Now, should any of them come after me, that's a whole different story. Then all bets are off. Then these guys can fuck off. But as long as they're not doing that, will you hold on? Okay. They get to live. Yay. You don't get to live. Because I don't like you. You neither. Hey, 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 hey! Fuck. God damn it. All right. I guess they didn't like my rant about the workers. Ow. Oh, look. A treasure chest I missed. What? No, no! Okay. Please don't be a twig. Please don't be a twig. Please don't be a twig. Oh, okay. We like those. We like rune arcs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with twigs, I suppose. It just feels like a little bit of a letdown to open a treasure chest, a glowing one, no less, and find a twig in there. No matter how magical it is, it's still just a twig. Look at all this stuff I missed the first time around. I thought I heard something. It's a magical snail. And another one. Where is this all coming from? Stop hitting me. Thank ya. Another one? Oh, you. Okay. Now, before you guys interrupted me with all the killing, Crystal Dart. Super. So I was at dinner with the in-laws last night. I mentioned that, and there was another couple there, and the other couple there, the guy happens to be the former mayor of El Cerrito, where I live. He's my former mayor, and he was at this dinner. It was just us, my son-in-law's parents, and this other couple. And he asked what I did for a living, and I told him and he's pretty much exactly my age. He's about to turn 60. So I told him what I did, and he laughed out loud, and he said, "How does somebody our age get to do that for a living?" So we talked about that, and then it turned out he was asking me in part because he's a gamer. He could talk the talk. He knew what he was talking about. Big Civ fan. Also a big fan of Mr. Gary Whitta. Gary came up, and I was able to say, I know that guy. I'm friends with somebody famous. And he was impressed. Did we all play Gloomhaven after dinner? That would have been fun. No, but we did play Mexican Train, if you know what that is. And that is what it's called. It's a version of Dominoes, which I guess, okay, right, I'm 60, so that's what old people do. But it's a very fun game, actually. But we did play a game after dinner. We just didn't play Gloomhaven. Honestly, I've never played Gloomhaven, but I know what it is, and because the box has tantalized me for years. Every time I see it at a store or a convention, well, I haven't been to a convention in 2 years, but every time I see it, I'm like, oh, wow, that just looks like a lot of fun stuff in there. But then I don't do it. Okay, let's keep exploring. Think I went backwards. I did. Did I do anything special for my birthday? Yeah, we had a big birthday blowout for me at this house here, organized, in fact, by my daughter and son-in-law, and it was great. It was really, really great. People were extremely nice to me. So it was very meaningful to me. They really got to do something about the doors in the From Software games. They're always creaky to open. Okay, this is a little scary. I've summoned my Mimic here. I am dead. That was quick. That was a little quick. Oh no, it was not my. It was my birthday before I started streaming. Again, my birthday was in October. This October, I will in fact be 61. So in October, I turned 60. That was when I was still really not being online hardly at all. So it came and went unnoticed. I didn't say it's my birthday on Twitter so that everybody would say happy birthday to me. Because it really wasn't until Elden Ring came out that I made the conscious decision to kind of come back in public, such as it is, and do this. I spent a good long time, years in fact, staying mostly offline. It was necessary. But when I came back to do this stream, it was because it felt right again. So sometimes you just need a break. Sometimes, you know, people just got to do what they got to do. Ain't that the truth? Okay. Not going to aggro those guys. Don't even have to... I can't remember. Is the way... Is it through there or is it the other way? Just want to get down to the boss now. Yeah, it's right here. Okay. That is a lot of runes. Oh shit, you followed me. Okay, so this guy, these guys or gals or whatevers that we're about to encounter were so quick to kill me that I didn't even see what their names are. So let's hope I last a little longer than that at least. Here we go. Crystallion, we have the Crystallion Spear and Ring Blade. That doesn't help me at all. Holy mother. Well, at least other me is still alive. This channel started with Black Mesa but never finished. Yeah, there's certain games that that I did never finish. In fact, somebody pointed out to me that I didn't finish Dark Souls 3. Which surprised the hell out of me, because I thought I did. Whoops. And yeah, I mean, you know, the streaming has been erratic over the years, in part because, you know, not doing this for a living, so I can really only do it either when I am emotionally able to do it, and or when I am financially able to do it. And just have the time and the bandwidth to do, because I really, really like to do it. It's a lot of fun for me, and I would do it all the time if I could. Okay, I don't know. It's possible, like, I'm just, like, too weak for these guys. Oops, where'd you come from? Another one? I aggroed all these guys? It's like I aggroed the whole level. Fuck. I mean, I could just go into the boss room. Traverse the mist. Okay, let's see if I get one shot killed again. Okay, at least this guy can't one shot kill me. Interesting. Other me is aggroing both of them. That's nice. Nice. Hold on. I'm losing grip here. Wait a minute. One down. Okay. Let's heal up. Other me is doing a fantastic job of aggroing. Other me is like the best version of me. Well, how about that? Victory achieved! Alright. After being destroyed by them twice in a row, with basically one hit, that was a little anticlimactic. Right? I got ball bearings. One of the, I think it's one of the NPCs at the round table, ball bearings, is likes those things. So I think if I turn those in, we get something for him. If I recall correctly. I got to heal after Mimic summoned. Right, because it takes part of my health. You're so right. Yeah, Joby, I've leveled up my grafted greatsword to +5. So that's about as far as I can go now. I think I need Somber Smithing Stone 6 to upgrade again, and I didn't have any. So, wah. Okay. So when I was talking to the former mayor of El Cerrito last night, he asked me the same question that inevitably everybody asks when they find out what I do for a living. And that's, what's your favorite game of all time? And honestly, I shouldn't be going down here. That's one thing. The other thing is, I kind of blanked on the answer. I didn't have sometimes one shoots out at me right away because the answer changes all the time. I don't have an all-time number one, like for good. It's always going to be number one no matter what you say. It changes. I will give you some of the candidates. Some of the candidates would be Half-Life, Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the first Monkey Island, Civ. Trying to decide which Civ I should say, but they kind of all bleed together. I would say Civilization as a series. Fallout 1. Fantasy General. For those of you who are super old school. Anyway, so there's a whole lot of them. But I wasn't surprised to get that question. What did surprise me, though, was, sometimes when I'm talking to an adult who has like an actual adult job, like this guy who was the mayor of a city, for fuck's sake, I feel like, oh, here we go. I'm going to get treated like the village idiot, the town dunce for this is what I do. And in fact, he was, even though he's 60 like me, or about to be, he reacted like in the way you would hope someone would react. Like, oh, cool. How'd you get to do that for a living? So that was all right. That felt good because I was fully expecting the like, you were a dunce condescension, and I didn't get it. So that was nice. It's a double-edged sword having a job like this at my age. Some people think it's cool. Other people think you have to have something totally wrong with you. So I guess both can be true. Oh, I don't like these guys. That's why I'm gonna kill them. Sorry. Okay. All that for some soft cotton. The guy did say, something about, and then I can't believe there's like people, from what I've heard, there's people who watch other people play video games on Twitch. And so I told him, yeah, I do that. Oh no, where are my boluses? I got to get my boluses out for these guys. I had 23,000 runes. We better get those runes. I better get those runes and I better level up right away. That was bad. Wait a minute. I keep making this mistake. No, that's not the mistake. This is the right way. I do have the twig. I do have the twig. I could activate said twig so that I don't, so that I will not lose those runes a second time. But let's just go try to find them. You shouldn't be too far from here. I can't remember. Can you see them on the map? You can. Okay. Excuse me coming through, pardon you. Goodbye. Not even gonna stick around. See ya! Alright. Coast should be clear. We gotta find a, where's there nearby? We'd have to go back to here. But I feel like it's worth it. No? Fuck. Let's just go back to the tunnel. It's funny, somebody in chat said, fuck. It's just scrolled by, but somebody made the point that they get annoyed when people who watch things like TV baseball criticize people who watch other people playing video games. And in fact, this guy who I was talking to last night is a huge sports fan and was talking a lot about watching about watching baseball on TV. Now, he wasn't criticizing or judging about people playing video games. This was just a thing he was unfamiliar with, like, you know, a lot of people. He just hadn't really heard of the idea. But when I told him what I do and why people would watch, he got it. I don't think he's going to be watching this now. But if you are, hey Greg, sorry I'm spending all this time talking about you. Okay. We can't quite level up, but I bet we can if we check out our inventory. And then while I'm at it, I'm also going to equip my boluses. I was not paying attention, so no. Need another couple thousand, but I might have that. I might have that. Close. I don't think that did it. Look at that. Well, I could sell a couple things and we'd have it, or I could kill a couple things and we'd have it. So why don't we do that? Why don't we just head back into here and kill a few things? That might have done it already. Yarp. Okay. All right. I think we're going to get to that magical number of 40 on strength now. Finally going to do it. Though, now that I'm at 40 here, I'm going to spend the next series of points on Vigor and endurance. But one last point in strength, at least for now. Okay. Level 69. You go ahead and make your jokes. Go ahead. What do I care? I can't stop you. I'll be level 70 soon enough, so go ahead. Bunch of children. Alright. Let's get on with it. What have we done? Well, we uncovered a save point, and we killed the cave boss down there. With authority, I should say. So, now we're free and clear. We got an open slate. We can go do what we want. We can see what there is to see. I don't know if I had explored everything in Woodfolk Ruin. I can't even remember if we've been to the tree yet, though I'm pretty sure we have been. Let's head down this way. Let's get on the horse. All right. We're staying away from those guys, and I do need to equip my boluses. If we're going to try to fight these guys. Well, here we are at said tree, and I do think, well, maybe I haven't been around here. Wouldn't I know? Isn't there like a mini-boss? Boy, these creatures are all over the place. I really got to get those boluses equipped. Oh, what am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Okay. Right. Okay. Wormface. You gotta love this guy's name. Well, I see why he's named that now. Did he kill other me that quickly? Fuck you, Wormface. Oh shit. Oh shit. Boluses. Shit. Okay. I remain unperturbed by the challenge. I believe we can accept this challenge. And we shall defeat it. Great. Did I just use a bolus? Did I use one of my precious few boluses? I might be able to craft more. I don't know why bolus is such a fun word to say. Well, other me is gone again. Oh no! Fuck. Maybe this isn't the best ash to use. I don't know if like the ashes have like the you know, the if they take on your own stats or whatever. I mean the mimic tier in particular, and therefore if something like more, well, I could say more magical. That doesn't make any sense. It's all magic, but like I don't know, or maybe something with you know, like the ranged archers, so they could shoot from afar. Maybe that would help. I don't know. But did my question make sense about the mimic? Like, if the mimic is just taking on my stats, and I am like super non-resistant to the blight, then maybe the mimic is as well. So far, I'm kind of liking this idea. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gross. Holy shit. Ugh. Wormface ate me. Ugh. Fuck you, Wormface. Great sword for more reach. You could be right, sir. The thing that worries me about the greatsword is it being underpowered, but OTOH, you know, maybe the reach is what I need. Let's try it. That means I gotta do a quick change here. Allow me to get into something more comfortable. And let's summon my skellies and go back to it. I have my bolses at the ready, but I think I gotta pop one sooner than I've been doing it. Made mincemeat out of those guys. Okay. Shit. Okay. Let us not be discouraged. Let's swing into action. Let's sit up in our chair. Let's start taking this seriously. No more fucking around. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Oh, I'm just gonna casually play while I yabber about nothing. And, it's time for masterclass time. From now on, only pro gaming. Shit. 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 Got him. Victory achieved. All right. Nice. Crimson Spill Crystal Tear. Let's go see what these things will do, and let's get out of the Death Blight. And good call, I'm gonna say, on the skeletons by me. They're still well alive and well, except I was almost out of their zone there. Hundreds of hours in, and I will still press the map instead of the inventory. It will never stop. Temporary boost max HP. That's cool. That's also cool. Right now I've got... Okay, I restore half my total HP and I boost my stamina. Those are good, but these new ones I got are also quite good. Alright, so clearly I hadn't been to this tree before. Or I would have encountered Mr. Face. That's Worm Face to you. I don't know if there was anything else around the tree worth checking out. Including these ruins. I mean, I've been in part of the ruins, but I don't think I've seen everything. No, clearly I have not seen everything there is to see. Nice. Always nice to get a new cookbook. Whoa, that was some stuttering. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Let's get out of the blight way. Do not like this blight. Fuck you, guy. Okay. Back here we are, just looking for things to see. See if we missed anything before conquering new ground. Which we shall do together. Beast blood. Great! Always happy to waste a precious resource. Let's see if I can craft those. I can craft neutralizing boluses and staunching boluses. Those are the only boluses I can craft. So the death ones, not in my recipe book yet. Boomar. Okay, so what else should I do? Now that we're apparently going to beat the game in one day. We have not seen what all that is up there. If we just keep heading north, it looks like there's something to see. So let's do that. Let's see what we shall see. Someone asked me at the beginning of the stream, and I forgot to answer how I compare this to the Souls games. And even though it's a little silly to say it's too soon when I've put in God knows how many hours into this game, and why can't I get that? This is easier to break in half with my anchor. Whoops. There we go. I think I might have a hard time going back to the old games after this one. The freedom in this game to do what you want, the fast travel, certain things are just really well done in this game that I might miss going back. But certainly all the original games have plenty to counter some of the stuff missing from this game, and are, of course, masterpieces in their own right. So, regardless of whether I think one is better than the other, the bigger picture is that this entire series of games from are just brilliant. So, one might nominally be better than the other. I think it's probably just a matter of personal taste, whether you think Bloodborne is the best or the first Dark Souls or whatever. I think we're all going to have different answers. I don't think there's an objective correct answer to that. I know a couple of people who only like Bloodborne, don't like any of the Dark Souls games at all, and I understand that. I don't personally feel that way, but I get it. If there's one thing about the open world that I wouldn't say that I don't like, but that occasionally makes it difficult, is just it's so big that and if time goes by between streams, I just kind of like forget what I was up to, and I kind of don't know where to go. Where the other games, there's pretty much a clear path you got to take. That being said, they do kind of hint you around all over the place here as to roughly where you should be or where you should be going. Of course, they have the flowing arrow on the map there. That's more than a little hint. This flow here, but in general, they kind of nudge you into each area as you go, without being overly handholdy about it. So there's something good about that. I'll tell you one thing, though. I'm sure glad I never had to review one of these games. Because holy fuck, the pressure of trying to finish it by deadline time. I can't imagine the people who review it, how they manage to finish. I think I simply couldn't do it. Poison grease. Alright. Continue upward. If I have failed, as of yet, to thank you for joining me, then let me take this moment to say thank you for being here and hanging out with me while I play this video game. Damanula, Windmill Village. And it looks like we have discovered a grace point. And we have. Ah! Excellent. A whole new area. A whole new area. And then there's all this over here. Let's back up and see where exactly we are in the world. Here's Liurnia, North Liurnia. We briefly ventured into the capital city over here, and then we quickly ventured out when we realized me, was a little bit underleveled. So now we're here, and this has so far felt a little bit more appropriate. But let's continue to see what we shall see. Don't skin me. Don't give me any ideas. I wasn't even thinking about it until you said that. Now you make me wonder, why shouldn't I skin you? Or, if I skin you, what am I going to get? You're protesting a little too much, my friend. Now look at this happy scene. Wow. This is super fucked up. If only I could dance with them. Okay. All right. Well, you ladies have fun with all that. I'm just gonna move along. Nothing. I don't want anything to do with you people. I was just gonna say Midsummer. It has that vibe. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, oh man. Okay. Wow. Wow. That was a thing that happened. Okay. Well, they're not so benign after all, these dancing bitches. Eat that. I guess I don't have to kill the ones that aren't aggroing me. Okay. But I don't know if at a certain point, like these ones up here, if they just automatically aggro you. Let's not wait and find out. Phew. Nice. We got a lot of runes there again. I guess from killing the last little mini boss there. So let me not forget that or neglect it. And upward we shall climb. Look at those ladies just dancing away with all this murdering going on right next to them. Do they give a shit? No. There's some kind of life lesson in that. Just keep dancing. I think that's the lesson. Okay. I don't know if we're getting into mini-boss territory. We certainly are. Oof. Fuck. My marionette soldier's doing some pretty good work here. This guy is full of arrows. I am full of death. But that's okay. We did okay. We did okay for a first run. I have high hopes for this. Hi. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna try this again. I do not fear this guy. We could probably save ourselves some trouble and not kill these NPCs and just go straight up to the mini boss. But what the heck? And another thing to ponder is whether I should go back to my mimic tier. Jesus. Didn't even have time to dodge. I was like trying to dodge. You might have heard me frantically clicking the dodge button. Dodge was not happening. No dodge. I undodged. Let's just go on this time. The second I can summon, let's do so. Oh my god. Ah! My skeletons aren't doing jack shit this time. I'd rather stay close to this guy to not get that. Shit. Wow, what was that noise? Okay. All right. I'm gonna change back to the mimic tier. Give that guy a chance. Give other me a chance to do some damage. Not entirely sure the skeletons are the right choice right here, right now. So let's see what happens. I could also stomp. Need to heal right away. Damn it. Fuck. No! Got him! Minor victory achieved! Okay. Godskin peeler. That sounds good. Nice. So much progress. That's like 3 mini-bosses we've downed. Ah! And another grace point. It's Progress City here today. Nothing but progress. Alright. So hopefully you've learned a few things from this here masterclass today. There will be a test. I was thinking it was almost time for another espresso. And yet. That is a lot of runes. Let's level up. Anyway. I think maybe we've seen what there is to see up here. I don't think any of these are going to lead anywhere. I think the whole point of this area was to get to that boss. There could be other things to see. We did get to see the dancing ladies. That was certainly something. Oh yeah, and then there's this over here, which I don't know if we can get to from this road. It looks like it's down below. There might be more to see. There might be more around this bridge. Looks like that might be a landmark of some sorts. Oh, I see. It's called a windmill village. I think I see why. They don't call me Eagle Eye Green for nothing. Okay, well this is going to be the next 45 minutes of the stream, so... Alright, what time are we at? An hour and 15. An hour and 15. Oh, look at my cam. You're right. Ah! Everything's gone to hell. Thank you. It was pointed out that my camera was slipping. Probably a good thing that I fixed it, or else we would have had a really awkward cleavage shot. There. Okay. I guess I'm not really showing any cleavage today, so that's okay. Okay. All right. Always happy to pick up more golden runes. We're not killing the dancing ladies. They're not doing anything to us. Whoops. Whoops. Spoke too soon. This particular corner kind of sucks. I blame the dog. Well, I didn't know if that was me or the dancing lady who got me when I heard the death sound. So glad to find out it was not me. More bad guys down here. Hi. Bye. Oops. Sheesh. Holy proof dried liver. We've been collecting a lot of liver in this game. I don't know what that says about the game. I know that liver was like the worst thing that that my parents ever made me eat at the dinner table. And I can still remember vividly, as if it was yesterday, when I invited a friend over for dinner. I asked my mom if it was okay, and she said yeah. And then she served fucking liver for dinner, and I was like so horrified and embarrassed. I don't think we were friends anymore after that. Like every other day we like eat hot dogs or spaghetti or go to Taco Bell. Can't it just be a day like that? A friend comes over and you serve liver. I'm 60 years old and I still remember it. I was probably about like 11 at the time. Did my friend say anything? I think I remember him like being like thoroughly disappointed and like sort of like I betrayed him too. Like, how could you invite me over for this nightmare kind of thing? That's sort of what I remember the general vibe being. Like me being apologetic. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know this horrible thing was happening at this house tonight. Had I known, I never would have invited you. I would have waited till spaghetti night for sure. So Orlando, if you're out there and you happen to be watching this, I apologize for my mom serving you liver 48 years ago. It's a whole town of happy ladies dancing. We're not going up here for the killing. We're going up here for the discovery. Holy shit. Who's killing who? Wow. Those are some nice clothes. Look at that. Mr. Fancy Pants here. I could put on some fancy pants. Or fancy robes, anyway. Okay. Do I do any podcasts these days? And by the way, I apologize if you have asked me a question in this chat at all today, and I have not answered. Every once in a while, I make sure to say that, you know, I'm not always looking, so it's not personal. If I don't answer your question, you may ask it again. If there's a question I don't want to answer, I'll just say I don't want to answer that. But podcast is a question I'll happily answer. And the answer is, as of late, no, I haven't done any. Often I'm a guest on Kat Bailey's podcast, my good friend Kat, and her Acts of the Blood God RPG podcast. In fact, she had invited me on recently, and I couldn't make it. But I am on no dedicated regular podcast these days as like a regular cast member or whatever. I was actually doing branching narratives over at US Gamer. Kat Bailey, again, she is the one who hooked me up with that podcast, and that was one that I was hosting. You could still find it on iTunes, I think, and the sources. There were only 7 episodes, I think, and then US Gamer shut down. So there went my podcasting gig. I think we had all agreed, me and the folks at US Gamer, that the first season was good. It was decent, and it was good enough to give it a second season, and then the website shut down. So my new podcast shut down, died as a sort of an early death. So that was a bummer, because I would have kept doing it. And I would do it again if the right opportunity came along, because I enjoy it. I really don't want to die to rats. I appreciate you guys asking me if I would self-start. That's cool. And that is something that I could do. These are all things that, believe me, I have thought about in the past. I've even gone so far as to thinking about, like, doing a Patreon kind of deal. I've thought about different ideas. The main thing I gotta make sure I do is feed myself and my wife, and and pay our bills. So if I actually thought that that a Patreon would work for me, I really should rest here. I would do it, or I would think about doing it. And as far as doing something far less ambitious, which would just be starting a podcast, I don't have to go all the way and talk about a Patreon or anything, just doing like a single podcast. Yeah, I could self-start. I could. Y'all are giving me some food for thought. Oh, and someone asked me what John Davidson is doing these days. I believe that he is actually in charge of IGN. I saw a post on Facebook, I think just the other day, where he was a guest on, I think it's called Game Scoop, which is an IGN show. So I think he's running things in the background there, but he did make a podcast appearance recently. So if y'all are One Up Yours fans, as many of us all were, you can probably Google that and find his recent appearance. Ooh. We have discovered a lot of grace points this live stream, so that's good. Road of Iniquity side path. Wow, that's very specific. So it's leading us west. I'm just kind of wandering around Altus Plateau today. Hopefully that's okay with you. I didn't really ask your permission. I just did it. This is a pretty area in general. Well, we got things marching over there. We got something or other up here. Let's go see what's this way. Hi. Oh no. Dumb shit with a horn. Which is coincidentally what I was in junior high and high school. A dumb shit with a horn. I played trumpet for many years. It's true. I can prove it. Want me to prove it? I'll prove it. Here's the horn. I'm not gonna play it because my lip is totally dead, but I did play it. Wow, Seventh Son remembers the deep. He's got the the deep insider lore on my days as a trumpet player. I'll tell you all the tuba story one of these days for those who haven't heard it. But yeah, this is my horn aplenty. Got me through many semesters of jazz band. Now I can't play for shit. If you're a horn player, you know the woe that I face of having no lip anymore. It's something that you have to really develop, just like you do with any musical instrument, whether it's your fingers, getting calluses for the bass or the guitar or whatever. And yes, I did use this to summon my backup whenever I was in trouble. I was one of those guys. Okay. Let's put the prop trumpet away. If I could get a sound out of that thing that sounded anything other than like a sheep dying, believe me, I would play for you. But I'm afraid that that's exactly what it would sound like. So no. That's not happening. Okay. And regarding podcasting, well, for one thing, as I have stated many times, I was taking a serious break from all sorts of public media and public appearances, and just focusing on stuff I needed to do in my personal life. And during the course of my time off, I also sort of felt like after being off for a while, I felt like, I had my time, and I should let the younger people do their thing, and not hog up any more bandwidth, and just move on. So I felt sort of like done, that maybe my voice was not needed anymore. which I don't mean in any kind of self-effacing way, or I'm not putting myself down or being morose or whatever. I mean it simply sort of as a matter of fact. Not fact, but a matter of just sort of accepting, the time marches on, which is as it should be. So there's that issue that still I do think about. But at least as far as streaming games goes, of course, I don't know. Clearly, I have no issue doing that. I think actually, maybe the fact that I'm older and kind of different than your average streamer maybe justifies my presence to some extent. And I could entirely be overthinking all of this. It's what I tend to do in general, but one doesn't want to overstay one's welcome. Let's put it that way. Okay, so here we are. We're trying to get to this big area here. We got all sorts of guards lurking all over the place. Well, they're not lurking. They're right out in the wide open. Can we take a peek? Yeah. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're trying to get to. Maybe. Let's continue forward, shall we? Do I write for any publications or websites? Not these days. I miss that too. I really miss writing. I mean, I write for my job, and but that's totally different. That's pretty dry, stuff. I mean, I'm writing about games, but they're reports for game companies, and they don't have much use for frivolity in those reports. That's certainly not what they're paying for. They're not paying for me to be a fucking clown. But I do miss writing. I do miss the kind of writing I did for CGW. And every time I go see a play, which is something that I just did again, yesterday afternoon with the missus, I fantasize about writing another play, because that was truly one of the best experiences of my life, or my adult life, I would say. And certainly my adult life as a writer. It was a small potatoes thing. It was no big thing. A local theater company in Alameda, California, produced it and put on this play that me and a friend wrote, and it ran for a few weekends, 1 month, a bunch of years ago, and it was great. It was amazing. Oh, nice. Oh, so this is... Oh, I see. So this is the way, this is the actual way to Volcano Manor. We got here because we warped here. But this looks like the manual way of going here, which I had never seen before. What play did I see? It was called Octet, and it was about 8 people who attend a a kind of 12-step meeting. The whole or it's an 8-step meeting in this case, for addiction to the internet in one way or the other. And each one of them has a different story, but it's a musical, so it's all done with musical numbers. So it was actually pretty cool. If that didn't sound cool, it was cooler than I described it. And what was your other question? Gaming consultancy. So, what I do with my partners is, because that's a good question, not a bad one at all, is we will go to a game company like, well, I won't say any names because I can't, but let's say, and I totally did not have anything whatsoever to do with this game at all, but let's say it was this game. What we would do is we would come in at like alpha stage or sometimes even earlier and start looking at it and playing it when it's in a rough stage and start giving advice on or feedback, not advice, more feedback on how things are shaping up. Sometimes we look at design documents and we sort of render judgment on whether we think all of this makes sense or if there's questions or holes that they're not seeing. Sometimes we get called in to help make a green light decision. It's an indie game and a publisher's trying to decide if they should do it or not. So they'll call us in and say, do you think that we should publish this game? Is this game good? Does this game fit into our portfolio of what we do? That kind of thing. So hopefully that's answering your question. And then oftentimes we'll see games multiple times over the course of their development. We're going to be looking at a game this coming week, and it is like, I think, the 4th time that we're seeing this game in the past 2 years. And I'm not telling you just to be, a secretive dick. It's that I can't because I would get sued because we sign NDAs for all these things. That thing scares me. Roll it, Budweiser. Yeah, it's basically tighten up the graphics on level 3. Yeah. Yes, we always feel bad when the question was, do I feel bad if we say stay far away from this game? And sometimes we have to say it to, we write reports that developers see about their games, and we have to say, we have to give negative feedback, but that's what they're paying us for, honestly. And that's what we have to remind ourselves is that's exactly what they're paying for, is to get an honest assessment and not just somebody internally who's going to be too afraid to say what they think, because ass-kissing really helps no one. And of course, we'll be the first ones to tell you all we're offering is an opinion. We're just one data point for the people who hire us. There might be other companies or other focus groups that love what's going on, and we're the outlier. But we're going on our faith as people who have been reviewing games, not our faith, our expertise, for decades, that we sort of know what we're talking about. We have contractors that we work with, and we'll find the right people for the right job. Like if the genre is something that we're not overly comfortable with ourselves, we'll bring in freelancers who know it better than us, or we just won't take the job, of course, if it's something we're just not feeling that great about. But more often than not, it is something we can handle. And yeah, obviously it's a lot more fun to say your game is awesome, continue on as you were. But usually there's something going on, and often it's not black and white. It's not your game sucks, your game's great. It's usually 99% of the time it's like, cool, ideas are looking good. This thing is kind of not what you think it is, or this isn't working the way you think it is, or maybe you should try doing something this way. The one thing that we were really careful about doing is not designing their game for them. So we are not designers. We don't pretend to be. So it's always about, are you making the game you say you want to make? That's really what it boils down to. And if you're not, allow us to help point out where that might be. Like you say, you want the combat to be like X game. Well, actually, X game does this, and this better. So if you want people to play your game, you have to at least make it better than that or different in some way. You can't have like a lame version of the game you're emulating. It's that kind of stuff. And then, the writing of the reports, which, tend to be like 30, 40 pages a pop, have to be detailed, and we have to back up our claims. We have to be able to people are paying us money for this. Anybody can come in and say your game sucks or your game is great. So we have to offer really concrete things on like why something isn't working. If we say the combat isn't working, we need to go into very specific details to what the problems are, etc., etc. It's certainly not rocket science, but it's not totally easy either. So hopefully that answered your question. What consulting tip would I give From Software for this game? Great question. I don't have an answer for you. That's a great question. Let me think about that one. But, the times that we get brought in for a game that's like this polished, yeah, often there isn't a whole lot to say other than ship it. Or sometimes there's, often we'll get, sometimes we will see a game very, very late in the process, like right before they're about to ship. And the question before us is, what should we do in our day one patch? So that's like another assignment we'll get. Now that we're done and we can't really redesign the game, what do you suggest we fix going forward? I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could come up with some good answers for this game. These guys are, Jesus, these guys are pretty cool. Oh my God. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Ah! Okay. Elden Ring's tip number 865. Don't let one of those guys get you. Yeah. How do you avoid your own biases? That's another great question, and that's something that we have to think about all the time. Here's another thing we have to think about, is that we're like game reviewers themselves. We're often playing on a tight deadline. So we only have a certain amount of time to beat something that they give us to play, say. So sometimes the question before us is this game actually too tough, or are we just frustrated that we can't finish it quickly enough to get to the writing? So we have to check ourselves there. Like, okay, maybe this actually isn't too difficult. It's just not a walk in the park, and we're frustrated because it's taking us a long time to beat it. So, all those questions, all the questions you're thinking of are all things that come into play. Yeah. And it's important for us to consider all those different angles because, again, we're not doing our job if we don't. Right. It would be, and I think sometimes I will come away from that question and I will say, yeah, no, actually difficulty is fine. I just have to remember that if this was me playing it for real, if this was my own money, I would be spending hundreds of hours on this and not 3 hours. Yeah, that was a lot of runes down the drain, I know. I'm too busy yakking at you today. I blame the espresso I had for being such a blabbermouth today. I'll stop talking. My runes are gone. That's okay. I managed to level up once today. I wonder if this game, for those who have finished, does this give you like the total amount of runes you've lost at the end? Because didn't the other games do that? You know, I don't have to fight you guys. You guys suck. Somebody remembers our Half-Life 2 review and that we got flack for not giving it a perfect score. Yep, that was very controversial. I think it was, I can't remember who the reviewer of Half-Life 2 was. I reviewed Half-Life 1 and gave it 5 stars back in the day. One of the most fun games I ever got to review, or fun experiences I had reviewing it. People may not know this if you're young enough, that it was sort of an underdog at the time. It wasn't. Whoops. All right, let's pay attention. Remind me to get back to that story. Fuck. Phew. All right. Victory achieved. What are they talking about? Half-Life. There were so many shooters coming out at the time. And Valve was an unknown quantity before Half-Life 1. Meanwhile, there were games like Daikatana, no joke, that everybody was super excited about because it was Romero's next game. There was Prey that was supposedly coming out at the time. And so those were grabbing all the headlines, and not many people knew a whole lot about Half-Life. Yes. If you go back and look at the cover story that CGW did, we did a roundup of shooters back at that time, and the game that we chose to put on the cover was Daikatana. Now, granted, CGW made a lot of dumb decisions over the years, including the years that I was editor-in-chief, so I'm not deflecting blame. I'm accepting blame. I was not editor-in-chief at that time, though. But Half-Life was basically like a sidebar. It wasn't even like a main component of that story on upcoming shooters, because we were all like, whatever for this game. But one guy on our staff, Elliot Chin, was singing its praises from the very beginning. He knew, and he was right, that game was going to be a game changer. And it was. And then Half-Life 2 was guilty by association with the launch of Steam. If I recall correctly, it was the first game that required you to be online with Steam in order to play it. And us Luddites at CGW at the time couldn't handle that fact. Of course, now nobody thinks twice about it, but that was a long time ago. Things were different. Fuck. Thank you. Sorry, I'm scrolling chat. The question, yeah, I mean, I left CGW and I left One Up in 2008, and yeah, it's because the magazine was dead, and we were all being put to online, and you know, it was early on in those days, relatively. It was early, and there just wasn't enough room for me really at that point. I could see the writing on the wall. I was going to get laid off if I didn't quit. It was coming. I was dead weight because I was an editor-in-chief, drawing an editor-in-chief salary for a magazine that didn't exist anymore. So, you know, the remit was, okay, all you guys go work online. It wasn't necessarily that I had anything against being online. It was that there was simply nothing, there wasn't really a place for me there anymore. You know, there can be only so many cooks in the kitchen. They already had like a senior staff in the online in oneup.com, so they didn't need me. And when I say they, I mean like the brass up top, the bean counters. I know that the staff liked me. I of course liked them. I loved all those folks, and I honestly probably never would have left that job if I hadn't had to. Writer's what I had always wanted to be from the time I was a kid, and being a magazine writer was definitely a dream. And so when I finally had a column in a magazine, that was, you know, to me that was like, I've done it. I've done what I wanted to do. So that felt great. And ever since then, you know, every other job has been sort of like trying to recapture the magic of that. But that was a very special time with a bunch of very, very special people. I was thinking about that again just today, in fact. The sheer amount of talent that was gathered under one roof at the time is just kind of unfathomable now, when you think about it, and where you think of all the places that all these people have gone. David Ellis, Luke Smith, John Davison, Sean Elliott. I mean, I could go on and on. Sam Kennedy, Kathleen Sanders, Jane Pinkard. It goes on with and I feel so very, very lucky that I was able to work with all those people because they were so talented. So it looks like I hit a dead end here. There is a bridge that is out. So there's got to be another way through. I know that I could just, you know, kind of warp here and go backwards, and maybe that's what I should do to sort of figure out how to get there. And then there's also just the matter of what the fuck, how do I get down there? Your life sucks at CGW, GFW magazine died. Coincidence? Um, yeah, Crispin Boyer, Chuff. Yep, yep. So many great people. Sean Baby, yeah. I apologize to any of the many, many, many names I could have mentioned uh, in terms of the talent level at One Up. It was really a crazy good collection of people. And the cool thing is that we pretty much knew it. I mean, without being like, we're so great. I mean, it's just when you're around people that are super creative and funny and talented, you just sort of know. And, it was fun to come to work every day. It was fun to create new things and come up with new ideas. And it was just just really fun environment. Brian Intihar, yep. And when you think about where some of those folks, went on in terms of game design, I mean, holy shit! Like, who knew? Brian being, a huge part of the Spider-Man games. David Ellis with Halo. Luke Smith with Destiny. These guys really, a lot of the One Up guys ended up, having playing a big role in some pretty big games. Fuck. Fuck. Robert Ashley is around. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. I just saw him, he posted a bunch of pictures of himself with his family in New York City. Maybe that's personal information I shouldn't be sharing. But he's alive and well, and looks like he's having a grand old time with his family. Incredible dude. Really fun guy to work with. Someone else mentioned Jeremy Parrish. We could do this all day, because that's how many good people there were under one roof at the time. I mean, Parrish alone, the work that he has done, he is a machine. One of the smartest, most knowledgeable guys in the biz. This area's a little rough. You don't know any of these games? Oh man, I'm doing the old man thing. I remember Johnny back in the war. He had a stumpy leg. And he didn't like carrots unless they were cream carrots. So sorry. Pardon my exercise in old man nostalgia today. Now it's the ads that are killing me. I mean, everything is killing me here, but the ads aren't helping. Oh shit, that's like madness, isn't it? We don't want that. I don't even know if I can cure that. You know, I tried to kill this guy the other day. And I failed. I'd like to kill him today. I'd like that to be a goal that to set for myself. I'm gonna kill that troll. Anyway, thanks for asking a lot of good questions today. Hopefully I didn't bore you. These are good questions. Hi, Patches. You have anything new to say? Hey, look at that. Patches will sell us stuff. Gold pickled foul foot, fan daggers. Oh, Margit Shaka still available. Interesting. Even though we killed him. Stone sword keys. That's good to know. Oh, a cookbook that we probably don't have. This is the worst speedrun you've ever... Alright, I'll get back to the speedy part of the speedrun. Here we go. Going straight through to the end game here. I got you. By the time we're done here today, you're going to say this is the best speedrun you've ever watched. This run doesn't count. Let me be clear. I'm just warming up. Doesn't count. Especially with that arrow in my tush. Is there any way to go back and listen to some of the GFW podcasts? I believe so. There might be people in the stream who might know where to find them. I do think they exist. I'm sure they must somewhere. I was talking with Ryan Scott, who is one of my partners, by the way, at our consultancy, and another member of GFW Radio, and we were pondering how much trouble we would get in now for our podcast, and how much of it probably wouldn't, of what we said, would probably not be allowed now, which isn't a complaint, it's just an observation. That'd be the only thing that would stop me from going back and listening. Would be, God damn it, would be the cringe factor of, oh God, we're not allowed to talk about that stuff anymore. That kind of thing. Yeah, we would totally have been canceled. I think you're right. There was some super incorrect shit said on that podcast. So, which is probably among the many reasons why I could never run for public office. Not that I would ever do that, because I never would. But those podcasts would be bad news. Okay. Now, I know I don't have to kill this guy. We could try to go... So I think this was the way... Somewhere down here was the... well, not down there, because that's totally death. Oh, but down there. There you could see where the... oh, that's a cool view, actually. That's where the map piece was found, at that monument there. There's that finger waiting to kill somebody. So I guess I don't need to go down that path anymore, because that's already been done. I think really all I'm doing by going this way is I'm like coming the other way up from where I was coming from before, earlier in the stream. That's going to take me down to that spot. Right, so... Look at the view of Volcano Manor from here. That's a big manor. One of these days I'm going to figure out this whole thing. Also, I'm pretty sure I picked up the golden seed from here already. Yeah. Neat. Oh, you're right. Right. There was stuff to see inside the manor, but I don't. Yeah, maybe I stopped. Maybe I didn't explore it fully. I got a key to one of the rooms, and I went into said room. And I don't know if I ever fully finished exploring. It was in here, I think. Yeah, there were like snails. Yeah. Oh, we're over 2 hours now. So it's going to be quitting time soon. Because it's dog walking time soon. But I'm glad I got to... I'm not saying goodbye yet, but just in advance. Glad I got to hang out with all y'all. Answer your questions. Made some progress in this game, mostly in terms of mini bosses and some grace points, so that's cool. I have been personed. I'm still being hit and poisoned. Snails are killing me. Snails are still killing me. Death by snail is really not the way I want to go. So my voice is roboting out. Huh, I wonder what's up. I guess it's been doing that the whole stream, huh? Sorry about that. Yes. Now, how did I know that was going to be there? Well, it simply had to be, didn't it? Depraved perfumer Carman. Neat. Well, that might be it. I know I'm still poisoned. I just don't think there's anything I can do about it. Oh, wait, I can craft them, can't I? Yerp. La, 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 la. Okay. I don't know why I felt compelled to do that. All right, let's see if there's more to see in Volcano Manor. It can't just be this one little room. There's gots to be more. So let's wander around here and see if we see anything. There is a staircase too. We can go down there. I think I've talked to... Haven't I talked to her? got 2 of them. Huh. Okay.
So, you've blooded your sword in the hunt.
I have.
Then I shall introduce myself once more.
Cool.
When accusing
Whoops, sorry.
battle arts,
I ruined your introduction.
to our methods of slaughter, why not add
Okay.
to your repertoire?
Look at this. I didn't read the letters.
Well,
Oh, you're so right. I sure didn't.
again.
I'm distracted here. Hold on. I see. I see, I see, I see. Riley the Idol. Well, we don't like idle fellows. So it sounds like he's somebody who needs to die. He's back at Altus Plateau.
It's you, is it?
Yeah, it's me.
Sorry. But would you mind giving me? I haven't achieved anything at all thus far.
I know how you feel, dude.
Dirtied my hands time and time again. I'm still yet to perhaps I am a fool after all. No, it's worse than that. As things stand, what an easy marker. How did it take me so long to realize? There's just no end to my foolishness, is there?
Alright, let's go back to the staircase. Oh, shit. That's, this is not where I meant to go. Oh, well, we're just... Durr. Okay. Alright. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. Staircase up. Huh? What? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna need to sign off. Momentarily. So we're gonna do that. It's been over 2 hours. Been a good stream. We've solved most of the world's problems. So that's a good thing. So why don't we quit while we're ahead? And I will return. Shit. Shortly. Won't be long. Sometime in the next couple days. I do have work coming up. I will not be able to stream quite as much as I have been, but I still will be streaming. So join me, won't you? Thank you. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for putting up with all my reminiscing and nonsense and nostalgia. I hope it was enlightening, educational, interesting, all those things. I'm gonna go walk the dog and stretch my feet and all that. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. You guys are the best. Thanks.